President Nayib Bukele has done an outstanding thing. He accepted more than 200 Tren de Aragrúa criminals from the United States into his maximum super prison in El Salvador. Let's take a look at this footage from his YouTube channel that'll show us exactly how the process went.
Tomala.
Nayib Bukele, he's a man who hasn't wasted any time. Let's look into this article here that I really wanted to show you all, and this is from the Washington Post. It says, El Salvador accepts more than 200 Tren de Aragrúa gang members deported from the United States. Now, this is a very good article. So it goes on to say, Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele says Sunday his Central American country has accepted more than 200 members of Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragrúa who were deported by the United States as United U.S. El Salvador prison partnership begins to take shape. Mr. Bukele welcomed the arrival of the South American gang members who have been linked to murders, human trafficking, and armed takeovers of apartment buildings in the United States. He says, today, the first 238 members of the Venezuelan criminal organization Tren de Aragrúa arrived in our country, Mr. Bukele posted on X. They were immediately transferred to CECOT, the Terrorism Confinement Center, for a period of 1 year renewable. Now, the article goes on to explain how, the whole process went. He added that 23 members of the Salvadoran MS-13 gang were part of Saturday's late night prison flight. Mr. Bukele said that includes MS-13 ringleaders, one of whom is a member of the criminal organization's highest structure. It goes on to say, this will help us finalize intelligence gathering and go after the last remnants of MS-13 including its former and new members, money, weapons, drugs, hideouts, collaborators, and sponsors, the Salvadoran president posted. It says the prison flights landed hours after a federal judge had ordered the Trump administration to stop the hasty deportations on the basis of the 18th century wartime law. Now, this is interesting because, it goes on to talk more about this act that Trump enacted. I believe it's called the Alien Enemies Act. And so it was something that was created back in the 1800s, I believe. And so Trump enacted that act to get these criminals out of America. And so, it makes you wonder, why would this judge try to halt these criminals? Excuse me. Why would the judge try to halt these criminals from coming into, no, from leave? Why would he try to halt them from leaving the United States? And further, why would he want to try to bring them back to the United States? So, if you're watching this broadcast from outside the United States, Tren de Aragrúa did come into the United States with the Venezuelan migration. And once they came into the Venezuelan migration, they came to cities such as Chicago, Denver, Colorado, New York, pretty much spread through all the metropolitan cities, United States. So while they were here, Tren de Aragrúa started to develop a reputation for being a very, very dangerous, criminal enterprise. They were taking over apartment buildings. They were robbing people. They were doing crazy TikTok videos of how they're taking advantage of the American government and the American people. So this became very, very alarming to the U.S. citizens. Further, they also, did a few murders of a couple of American citizens while they were here. So why this judge would want to halt these men from being brought to justice in the most harshest way is beyond me. And further, it's beyond anybody else who's inside the United States. If anything, if El Salvador is opening up their harsh prisons who are containing the most harshest criminals in the world, and they're offering to keep them there, why not go for it? It looks like it's a win-win for the United States. But who knows? Time will tell. www.globalreferencenews.com, where we have more stories, not only from Latin America, but from around the world.